wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Sheryl Underwood, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, baby. Listen, okay, where we starting?
Wherever you want to, Miss Underwood.
Ask me anything. Well, listen, because I got to, because I'm old school. I got to sell these tickets, mix and mingle. We out there street walking these tickets.
Absolutely.
And these jokes. Because what is that? I got to ask y'all a question. Black female comedians,
yes, ma'am.
are we hitting or do we got to struggle for it now? Jess, what you thinking?
We ain't got to struggle for it.
Well, then why we ain't got no radio shows that we do ourselves, sitcoms that we do ourselves, podcasts that we do ourselves, and movies that we do ourselves? Back in the old days, Simply Marvelous, everybody was doing Laura Hay, everybody. It seemed like now something has taken the place of what we used to get. It used to be we was the Marla Gill. We walk in, throw that joke up, hit Sherman Hemsley, and walk out. Now we don't even get that. Right.
I got a reason. I think because I saw you on Club Shay Shay talking about the radio portion. I think for whatever reason, radio didn't look sexy to a generation, so there wasn't a lot of people who went and pursued it. So you got your Dee Dee McGuire's, but Dee Dee's been around. Dee Dee been around since
that's right. But she's a radio person.
That's right. That's right.
But if DL, Steve, Ricky, then why is it not me? Just not saying we don't want to work here, because I've been trying to get a job here. Let me talk to y'all about y'all. I've been trying to get a job here. I keep coming up here, and y'all keep moving the location on me. Think I'm not gonna find out.
Like they running from you, Sheryl.
Yeah, listen, like we used to be together. Right. They start packing us up. Listen, because I've been trying to get a job. When you got a job, I was like, maybe I should lose a couple of pounds or something, put some nails on or something. I had to take my nails off because they was killing me. Oh, and fungus ain't for punks. Okay, listen.
That's your ring alone. You better check to make sure nobody at your front door.
Oh, no, listen. Okay.
I know what that means. That's
if they don't quit walking across my stuff, because that's what make the battery run out. You go to bed, and then they ain't even us. If it was us, you could be up all night long. But when it's other races of people, take your ass to bed and stop messing my battery up. Okay, what was I talking about?
You were talking about people doing radio.
No, women not being in the position.
I want to do radio. I call Doc all the time. Doc, look out for me. I'm not on CBS no more. We got to keep working.
You do a podcast?
I would do a podcast. What would I want to talk about? Well, I know what I want to talk about. What would you recommend? Because you be making that money too. Man, listen, I need to write a book. Matter of fact, I need to just do the Charlamagne the God success story.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait a minute now. Hold on. What are we gonna talk about? Because
And then this is the thing.
What?
It is when you do a podcast, you gotta really think about what is it that people want to hear from Sheryl.
What you think, Jess?
You know what I'm saying?
What you think when you see me?
As soon as you came in here, you looked at me and was like, what's going on? And
because
I'm like,
you
I immediately
all over the
was
place
like,
with the joke, with old girl.
It was a
right. And then y'all did the
when I
video.
woke up.
No, you looking fly to death. That's how you come to work in the morning.
Thank you.
You come to work
looking
fly
like I'm
and
from
sexy,
Compton.
but ready to, if I need to, meet me in the break room. Listen, don't sleep on their money, right? Then the Breakfast Club. Don't let the success fool you. We will squab with any radio show. Come up here with the smoke. You gonna get smoked back. We the Breakfast Club. That's right. Because we gonna hit you in the morning. That's right.
That is a good question you asked. Because when Jess first started her podcast, Carefully Reckless, she was talking about pop culture and stuff, and then it turned into you talking about yourself.
Just Fix My Mess.
Just Fix My Mess.
Because what I went into it with thinking, all right, I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about. But no, podcast, they don't really see you. We got a lot of people that shoot their podcast, but I was just doing audio. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already visually everywhere else. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna just lead us to audio. But the mistake I made was like, all right, they want to hear what they hear online. Nah, we want to hear something different. We can go online if you want to hear what you talk about online. So
that's right.
Give us advice on stuff. Jess, your storytelling is amazing. All of your experiences, you always been an open book, Jess. So we going through the same things. How did you get through it? How can you help us get through it? That's when it changed from me being Jess With The Mess on my podcast to me Jess Fix My Mess. Now, people call up. I can fix people's mess here every Thursday. They call up. They having situations at work. They having turmoil in their relationships.
That's right.
Friendships, family, stuff like that. And
since you fixing things, I need you to find me a man. And this is where we going.
Okay.
We go to every Red Lobster in the history of mankind because it's a brother that run Red Lobster.
Right. We had him up here.
Yes.
Really? Okay, so what's up with him? We got
his contact, and he actually is single, I believe.
He's young.
He's young.
He's in his 30s. I think he's in his 30s.
I do that. Y'all saw me in Club Shay Shay. I go $35.95. What you trying to do?
$35.95.
You ain't never had sex with no 95-year-old
Listen, to a 95-year-old man, I'm a young tenderoni to a 95-year-old 35-year-old to Rufus
and Sheryl.
Nathaniel, Leviticus, Malachi. I'm young to him. But to a 35-year-old man, I can teach him things. Plus, I need my privacy. You know, I want somebody to live right next door or in another state. You know, just call me at night, check on me, see if I'm still alive.
You don't want to live with nobody.
No, I don't think that's a good idea in the beginning. Well, I don't believe in shacking. I never believed in that. I'm not living no man because you don't know the day of the hour the master return. You know, but and I don't like sex.
Wait a minute, what that mean? You think the man just gonna die? You don't want to be with him?
No, but you just don't know when Jesus is coming back.
Oh, so
now the Lord,
you shacking up.
Right?
Okay.
I'm living with a dude, and I think the Lord be looking down in my life. You know, be like, man, I was just about to give her all these blessings. You know what I'm saying? To give her all this money and everything. She ain't ready.
But
she's
still
still down
having
there
premarital sex?
No, that's when I get caught slipping. Now listen. Sometimes I get caught slipping. I get caught slipping. You know, fair exchange ain't no robbery. If you take me out to eat, I need to do something for it. You know what I'm saying? I need to arm out some ties or something. Yeah. You know, because a lot of women out, I did what I did. Shut up. You need to do something for this man. He done took you out, you know, ate well and everything. He don't just like you and you up there, no.
So you trick a little bit, Sheryl?
No, I wouldn't say I trick a little bit. I just say fair exchange ain't no robbery. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk to you and I'm going to tell you what I can do, what I can't do. I'm going to tell you, if you want something that I don't know how to do, I call Jess. Jess, you want to jump in this? Because
do I want to be tagged in and then?
Yeah, tag in because the things I can't do. I'm over here making sandwiches. You know,
I'm engaged, so I can't. I would have done that.
Listen, okay, but then how did you get engaged? See, I need to do your joint so you can tell me how did you get engaged?
Absolutely.
Because I
Tell her, Jess.
how did you get engaged?
She got a Mexican. He needed payment.
Listen,
Wow.
wow. Is he?
Yes, he
he's
is Mexican.
and black, but he's black first.
Well, okay, but you said Mexican first, so you know what that means.
She said Mexican first.
Did you say she?
Yes. Yes.
You say she?
She said Mexican first.
Are you what?
Yes, because Sheryl, that's
What do you
his wig
identify
sitting
as?
right next to
I
him.
identify as what I need to identify as in the moment.
Oh, you in the pronouns.
Yes, he is.
See, that's how we lost. You can't be in everything. Black people
I
ain't
don't give a
gonna
damn
take
about
that.
them pronouns. Don't listen to
All
her.
the black people are not doing all of that. We get frustrated. That's when we call you straight your name.
That's
We're
right.
not against your rights and everything, but
right.
we can't be thinking about all this stuff and everything
right.
because people got to stop walking on the backs of our movement, then go to get their thing, and then they pulling it from everybody. See, that's what I want to talk about. I got questions. I want to ask
Exactly.
questions, but also I want to do relationship. I want when you get caught in something. Me and Shannon used to kick it. You know, we used to kick it. I was trying, man.
With Shannon Sharp?
Yeah, I was trying to get it, Jess.
Did they used to call him Shay Shay back then?
No, I didn't know who that was. When I heard Shay Shay, I was like, bruh, you know, because I was trying to. I was trying to put that forearm that went back. Just take it. You can take it.
So
Go to
back
sleep.
when
Go to
y'all
sleep.
used-
Go to sleep.
What the
Go to
hell?
sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
So back when y'all used to talk, okay, so when you saw that live or whatever, right?
I
That took
was
you
running
down.
up in all kind of sports: baseball, soccer, Olympics, football, hockey. I was running up in all kind of sports because I'm the different girl. I'm the girl that a dude get with and go, you know, I never thought I would like. Shut it up.
Period.
Take it. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
No,
Go
I
to
was that
sleep.
girl too.
So you got the Mexicans. And black. The Mexican black together.
Yeah.
Because I mess with that too. Gateway to legal immigration right through here. I mess with all of that. Colombian, Cuban, Mexican, El Salvadorian. You know, El Salvadorian is really black. You know, because they be trying to say who ain't coming. And now he done picked up everybody. But you voted, you singing, you voted. But you didn't think he was going to flip the script on you. Anybody hustle hard like Donald Trump was hustling hard and did what he did. But we knew it. So I would want to talk about everything.
Yo, Sheryl went everywhere.
do talk about everything.
Sheryl went
No.
the podcast, Shay
We don't
Shay,
need
Jess'
to ask
relationship,
nothing.
politics,
Sex.
sex.
That's right. And I
everything.
love the Lord. And I think the
That's
Lord
right.
know my heart.
Yeah,
That's
Lord.
right. That's why I'm back on tour because I got to make this money because I want to finance everything.
That's right.
I want to finance and I want somebody to jump in and help elevate my stuff. Like I got an animated vehicle, you know, but I want it to be profane. I like profane language. I like profane topics.
Yeah.
I like I saw you on the Daily Show. I thought your commentary is very good. And I think that with all of us working and all of us making this money and opening doors for all of us, then we
right.
need to get together and start making these movies. We need to start getting together, making these series, and then we need to work together. So if you know how to write a book, you do a 20-book deal over at your publishing company, and you find 20 of us that got a story to tell. Because I got a story to tell. I'm just not going to tell it until somebody pay me. to tell it. Because
That's
I
right.
got that day that somebody came out of the bag of me when I found out that I thought my friend was my friend, but I found my friend was my coworker. You want the inside of that story, you're going to have to pay me for it. And I'll tell you everything. You know what I'm saying? Money talking. Walk.
Hey, you look good too, Sheryl. You lost what? How much you
About
got?
110. I was like 250.
Damn.
I was waddling, baby.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I was waddling. Well,
You didn't know
yeah.
this when she was 250?
But remember, we had a table.
Because
We had a table, and you know, I was coming out last,
when you sit
and I
down.
was waddling to the table, right? You know what I'm saying? I was cross between Biggie and Tracy Morgan, right? So no, for real. Wait a minute. Was I here? Was y'all the show that I said I look like Lil Yachty? And everybody,
No.
yes, Lil Yachty.
No, see, I thought it, but I never said it. So
No,
that's why
I think I
That's why
said
you
it.
pointed at her.
I thought I
yeah,
said it.
yeah.
I said because
Now
I
I see
saw
it.
the
Man,
pictures
I ain't never
and I
seen
was
it until
like,
just
no,
now.
because remember Lil Yachty did this thing in the video.
Yes.
And I said, oh, and then there's a picture, and somebody put them side by side, and I took it, I claim it. If you got a good line on me, I'll take that line. But if it ain't a good line, you might get tapped. You know, you might get tapped. These little bitty, these little sharp knuckles, and now that I lost 110 pounds. I got a good black doctor too, Dr. Zuri Morrell. You got to check him out. He's the brother that sometimes you need somebody in your own culture that can tell you, understand.
Yeah.
Because somebody talk to you, and because they got a white coat on, you be like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Whoop-de-whoop, wop-de-wop. And then you find out, don't do that. So having Dr. Zuri Morrell, no diabetes, no high blood pressure, you know, moving around. But here's what we need. We need to be talking to these pharmaceutical companies. It cannot be so expensive to live healthy. And that's where the problem is. And that's where we need to use the media. And we got to get
You know
people
the other
ready.
problem? The pharmaceutical companies should be calling out the food corporations. Because if
Absolutely.
the food corporations are making all this food that's getting them sick, then we got to go
Yes.
to the pharmaceutical companies and get health insurance that we can't afford and medicine that we can't afford.
And then you put
it's
a
like
dude
they working
in
hand in hand.
Right, but then you put a dude in there. Listen, I'm not against RFK Jr. I know the dude. I met him and everything. I met his wife and everything. But when you put a dude in there going, well, our vaccines do this and do this, but you know, now that the measles is coming back, you might want to get it. Okay, who are we listening to?
Yeah.
I need a dude that sound like he know what he talking about. Because I can go to a dude on the corner if I want to get possibilities. Because
Right.
that's how we live. If somebody say, you got fibroids, okay, drink corn water. Okay, we already live in that. But you can't be in charge of nothing talking about drinking corn water.
Yeah.
But I big ups to him talking about putting, what's the beef tallow back in the French
In the
fries.
French fries. He did it
Listen,
already. I think it's Shake Shack or one of them.
yeah,
that got it.
and I heard Popeyes too, but listen, I'm not against it. You just can't eat it every day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
So you had surgery to lose the weight?
No,
Oh.
no. I was going to have it because that is what was recommended. And then when I went to get I did the psychological test because you got to go through a lot of testing before you get the
Yeah.
surgery. And then I went to get I was getting my colonoscopy. So I said, well, you might as well do the endoscopy because the equipment goes down your throat. I'm like, okay. Like, never mind.
I
I'm
did
about to
both
go
of
in a whole nother tangent. But when I went to do that, my colorectal doctor, Dr. Zuri Morrell, brother over at Cedar-Sinai, Morehouse man said, why are you doing this? And so he started to read my record and he said, try this first. So then he put me on Saxenda first. And then I went to Wegovy and everything changed. And we monitor all of my vitals and my blood work and everything. And that's what you got to do. But this can be done. The other thing that can be done, we need to be buying up property that people don't want
Yeah.
and changing neighborhoods and putting healthy stuff next to stuff we love. And then we need to put small clinics in every neighborhood. You don't have to go to the hospital far away just to come down and get your blood pressure checked. You need to be able to walk. In the old days, we used to walk places. We need to bring that back. We who have money, access, and power need to use that money, access, and power because now they'll give us something, somebody else will start using it, and then they'll take it away. That's
right.
You ain't hurting me. Hustle hard.
It's funny that you said that. You know, we were talking earlier that we tried that, but all the vegan spots have been closing. People haven't been going to the vegan spots. They haven't been going to the healthy spots no more. So all the healthy spots have been closing.
But I don't know if them healthy spots is in the hood though.
And I would say this. It's not everybody don't like to hear I'm gonna be a vegan because then it sounds like what I don't get to eat. Like
Yeah.
I live for a good fried pork chop, but I can't metabolize it every day like I used to when I was younger. So when you say being vegan, that's eating an apple. That's eating fruit. That's getting your natural fiber, right? But once you hook me on something processed and my body now wants that, I think it's okay to have everything that's out here.
Moderation.
That's right. That's right. But if we don't walk around, if we ride everywhere, I live in California, we ride everywhere.
Yeah.
Where do we use this? We don't want to just use this to entertain. We want to enlighten, empower, and elevate. And that's what we need to be doing. So if I was to ever do a podcast or type of show, I want to be able to talk to everybody. And I want to move product. You know why?
Yeah.
Integration is the key. You want to stay on the air, you must be making the corporation money from everybody.
That's right.
And that's what I want us to be about, so we will have the money. I'm working with a team of promoters to make sure my tickets sell. Why? Because the clubs and some places don't promote.
Yeah.
They think you're supposed to do it on social media.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
I actually, well, it's an upside and a downside to it. Thank God my platform is big enough, and I do have, now, the Breakfast Club where I can take my tickets, my reach is even further.
Yes.
And thank God for my platform that I can sell my tickets
Right.
on my own with a couple posts. Because if not, damn, like, how you booking me, but you don't want to promote me?
That's right.
You
That's
book
right.
me there.
You want me to do your job.
Right.
Then are you going to compensate me for that? When Kevin Hart had his promotion game, his social media game, before he was this Kevin Hart, he was that Kevin Hart.
Right.
And then those emails came out that they wanted to access it, but they didn't want to compensate him for what he built.
He used to put that newsletter out.
There you go.
He used to have his man walk around the comedy club, Wayne, and get everybody's email, and he would send a newsletter out.
Yeah.
That's right. And we got to go back to that. But my feeling is everybody's audience is not a social media audience. My audience is old school. They don't believe that Jesus is coming back until they hear the Breakfast Club say where Jesus is going to be.
They on Facebook, though?
Facebook, sorta.
But you know what? What they were on Facebook, but everything updating, it's hard to keep up with how some of that stuff works now. So no. And that's when I realized when I got this job, I'm like, well, that's a total different.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm starting to see more and more older, more established people.
That's right.
In their careers coming to the show.
That's
and
right.
when I go in it, when I'm on stage and I'm talking about what's going on social media, it's funny, but I can tell that they don't.
They don't
we ain't
don't
on
make that.
So
You
this is new
detach
for us.
them.
So
That's
this is
right.
a new lab.
That's
Okay,
right.
cool. But that's the difference. I got the fan base here.
Yes, right.
with my older folk, more established, and then I got the fan base on social media.
Absolutely. And when you merge them together, now you have power.
Yes.
And
Yes.
for me, this is still in my car. This is still in my house. Everybody pronounced the death of terrestrial radio, and it's still alive, and it's
Yeah.
going to
Big-
stay
big
alive.
business.
Yeah.
That's right. So we have to be involved in it, and we need to talk to politicians. If Democrats want to take it back in the midterm, then you got to put that money on radio, and especially black radio. Why? Because the Republicans did just enough to get our attention. Now, everybody talking about, oh, the black man that voted Republican. No, that's not true. She still got a large amount of the black male vote. What they did was they got enough for the distraction hustle to work. And we have to tell people, advertisers have to advertise on this show. Why? If it don't make money, it don't make sense.
Republicans, Trump advertised on Breakfast Club. He advertised on our YouTube. Shoot, he took me an interview and put us in a commercial. Or Pac did. Or
Okay,
Pac
now
did.
let me ask you a question. What did you get any blowback? Because now people are mad. You got to dance with the dude that's in there. You know what I'm saying? So everybody mad. But only thing I'm mad about is I've been a black Republican for a long time. I'm an old school black Republican. But I don't know if I want to.
Did you vote for Trump?
Man, listen. No, but I know a lot of stuff. I mean, I've been going to conventions for a long time. I've been dealing in the
What about
Republican
2016?
Party.
You vote for Trump in 2016?
No, I campaigned. I'll walk it back for you. I campaigned for Senator Obama to become President Obama, President Obama to stay President Obama. I campaigned for Hillary Clinton. I was at the DNC. I wanted Kamala to win, campaign for her. But here's the problem. If these entities don't listen, if they think we ain't got to put no money down here in this community, we got them in the back. You don't have us in the bag.
right.
You must put the money down here. You must put the boots on the ground. So every civil rights organization, every Greek letter organization, everybody, get back into the community. If you are not touching the community, we will not win this. And now they got to decide, is it going to be Gavin Newsom in the West with Shapiro in the East and come together? Because I understand
I like
why.
Shapiro. I'm not a Gavin guy. I like Shapiro, though.
Okay, tell me what I love Shapiro, because Shapiro to me,
I love Shapiro.
He's,
But I look
he's
at
Obama to me. He's Obama.
I call him Barack Obama. But you know,
Baruch.
That's what I feel like. If you're gonna make a decision, I think the coach was a good dude, right? I think he was a good dude.
Not me.
But okay, tell me what you think.
I didn't like Coach Walls. I don't think he added nothing to that ticket in no way, shape, or form. I actually thought she should have went with Shapiro, but I think she was afraid of the blowback from the whole Palestine-Israel crowd at the time.
Listen, man.
Did you like the coach?
I like the coach. Also, we got a chance to interview his wife. I think they're good people.
Good people.
I
That
think
don't
they're
mean you're a
good
good
people.
candidate.
But because I don't know why they made that decision. I've heard some things, but also you can't be afraid of, and I'm just speaking generally, it's nothing that I heard, but I'm reading the books that's coming out, and them books is juice. Political juice is ignorant, right? But if you're afraid that somebody's going to run for president, that is why you be the vice president. So you can run for president, and you got to get it together to run. And you need to hit them battleground states. But if you notice something strange, like a lot of people believe that Elon Musk, did something, finagled. I was going to say a word with rigged on that part of it, but I'm trying to keep it casual with y'all. If we was drinking, I would have said it. But they say he did something, right?
Yes.
But you
Rigged the election.
That's right. But even if you do that, you still cannot defeat the will of the people. What is it? Last weekend, everybody was out marching. Then the dude from J.P. Morgan say, "Look like we're going into a recession." Now they coming back to where they need to be. What is the point of all of this? If people start speaking up, we can get this right. Right? You got to get yours where you can get yours. Now, if I say, "You like my outfit, Jess? You like my outfit?"
Yes.
Now I got to say Amazon before the boycott. Right? But a lot of small businesses about to get hit because you was getting all your stuff from overseas. What is my point to this? We have got to start talking about with racial issues, with financial issues, with character issues. So back to how did we lose? We're in those battleground states. People should have come together and told the truth. We ain't got the boots on the ground for you. Or you don't feel like Obama is something. And Obama got a right to say what he wants to say, and you can't get mad that this brother is trying to tell you something, right? You can be against it, but what happened to us sticking together? Let something happen to one of y'all. We riding. What time are we marching, and where are we coming from? But if we are separated and we get a little bit of temporary money, but they got full power, everything, every branch of government, but they played a long game. They put people on the Supreme Court. Now you don't have no place to go. Now they telling law firms, if you do anything I don't like, we're going to take the money. Now they telling colleges, if you do anything,
We're gonna take the money.
So what we going to do? Okay, everybody go to HBCUs. Now, you ain't got to do nothing for
Basically,
us.
what you're saying is we all got to get back to community because that's all we really got at this point.
Absolutely. We will feed our own children.
That's right.
We will educate
right.
our own
That's
children.
right.
We will talk about our history and make sure that it's out there. If you got to stand on Times Square on a crate like they used to do, we will educate the people because once you give it, you can take it away. And then when you get your ass in a sling, you want to do a distraction where you taking Harriet Tubman down from somewhere. Then we all run over here mad while they doing what they really want to do over here. Don't fall for it, right? And then we got to be careful that companies that are making decisions for their financial bottom line, let's go and talk to these companies. Go, for real, that's what you think? Because at 12 midnight, we got to ride on you. And give them a shot at going, well, I don't know. Well, we warned you. And now we're going to ride. And then we really got to not do it because I miss McDonald's. I miss them. I miss that fish for life. I do. I miss the fish for life. Burger King, I miss you. I wasn't getting down with the Impossible Burger. You making something.
But why did the talk get canceled?
You want my personal opinion? I don't know because, that's above my pay grade.
I'm asking Sheryl.
Right. You
Underwood,
want my opinion?
Yes.
Well, I think we had the Dream Team 5. The Dream Team 5 was Julie Chen Moonves, Aisha Tyler, Sharon Osborne, and Sarah Gilbert created the show, brought it to CBS, and then Here I Come. That's the Dream Team 5. Eve came just as good. So to me, once you get away from your Dream Team combination, do people really care? And are we really talking about something? You don't have to argue politics. I think The View does an amazing job with what they do, right? But we can't be that. Some people don't want to pick a side, right? Sometimes you don't want to argue all the time. But also, I think we got to understand it is no longer visionary in entertainment. It is now corporation in entertainment. If you are not cost efficient, you will not stay on. And if you're not generating revenue, you will not stay on. And I think once we lost the components that made us great, then we had to understand that it ain't your season no more. And beyond the gates, I believe it was something that I was told from other sources. Christophe St. John, when he was alive, He was trying to put this together years ago. It's been in development for years. It's their time. It's their opportunity. People should support it. People should watch it and keep it on the air, because at the end of the day, we all need the jobs. Now, would I like to do another talk show? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've found that I have the skill and I like doing it. But I'd like to do something a little bit different where I can talk about everything with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and I just got a couple of questions, you know.
So what you joked earlier, you joked right on by to Sharon Osborne, and I clocked it, but I'm gonna bring it on back.
Real
now.
talk. That's why I told you when I walked in what I say. You
What's
could ask
up
me,
with you?
Did you ask me anything? Didn't I tell you?
asked me anything.
Because you can ask me anything, is how I answer.
Okay.
Okay,
All
wait a
right.
minute.
So are y'all good?
No.
All right.
No, we got side. That's why we got side. But really, I'm
got a
telling
sign
you
that say,
to
"Bitch,
hold
don't
it up
ask
for
that."
me. The bitch don't ask that. Hold it up for me. Go, bitch, don't ask no shit like. I mean, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, you good. You good.
Okay. What?
Where y'all at now? Like, how is y'all relationship now? How is it?
Listen, I wasn't mad. I'll tell y'all, because anybody ask me, I'll tell y'all, and I trust y'all.
Yeah.
Remember
You know we're
when
talking
they
to millions of people. It ain't just us.
Yeah,
But
that's
continue.
just it here. This
Just want
is-
you to know.
this family, it's millions of
Okay,
people.
okay,
Come
okay,
get the
okay.
Mix and Mingle tour tickets. Hit me up on Instagram. Y'all know where I'm going. I'm
Stress
being
Factory
New
this
Brunswick.
weekend,
That's right.
New
New
Brunswick.
Brunswick,
Make
New
sure you're
Jersey. I need to sell out everything. Tacoma, Washington, got to sell that out.
Tacoma Comedy Club,
Pleasanton,
Tommy T's in California, Looney Bin in Arkansas,
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Baltimore Comedy Factory in
Hey.
Maryland.
I'll be in
and Funny
Detroit
Bone
at
in
least
Connecticut.
3 times. I need to sell everything to finance everything. But back to your question.
Yes.
So remember, they was Pierce and Sharon. They was talking about Meghan Markle.
Yep. Yes.
And I pulled them to the side when he came on the show. I said, you cannot mess with her. Why? Her mama and them is Windsor Hills. She fell in love with a dude. And now she living in Windsor Palace. You can't talk about her.
Yeah.
We have to ride on you. Don't do this, right? You can state your point, but you ain't riding on her like that. Well, he was riding. Then there was a cosign. The cosign caught Black Twitter, Black social media, undefeated to this day, right? So they was dragging, and a lot of people don't like that heat. Right? When I got in trouble, I had to go to the Black community. I'm sorry. I was wrong. But then I found out I got caught up in something that I think God was telling me something bigger is coming. You better prepare yourself for what's coming. So on that day and that time period, being dragged, then you want to come back in and say, I got something I want to say. Well, there was discussion about we gonna ask you some questions back. When people go, right, cool, ask me anything, and then when it get heated, and then you wanna jump funky on somebody. Well, this day, I believe that God said, did I not tell you, servant, that something is coming? Sit down. Why? Because if I had come out of a bag on her, if I had been the Sheryl Underwood from the past, that you know me, who the you talking? My last name is what? I would have been a reflection on you. So just don't get the opportunity because Black females don't know how to control themselves.
But sometimes you got to check a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But you got to know how and when to check somebody. And on that day, the blessing from God was for me to sit there. And when somebody say, what we going to do, Sheryl? Because remember, I was moderating, which is the leadership position. I liked being the anchor, right? Julie Chen Moonves was the moderator. I like being the anchor, right? She tee it up for me. I take it down and we go to break. I slam dunk it and we go to break. If I ain't got nothing, now, if I give her the signal, I ain't got nothing. That's a relationship.
Yeah.
But if somebody's jumping on you, sometime you got to let them flame out. I love her. I love every woman and man that I've worked with. But when something like that happened, I think the blessing from God was, look how Sheryl has matured. Look what Sheryl did not do on CBS when a Black man is running it. Right? We've got to understand we represent each other. Yeah, I could have lit her up. And for that moment, everybody would have been happy until they're not. Right? So I think I did what I should have done, which was sit there and let you keep talking, you keep talking. Now, was I hurt? Come on, Jess, you know me.
Yeah.
Who the you talking to?
Yeah.
I want to go to break. I did. Who you talking to? But then I was like, shut it up, Sheryl. Shut it up. Go home, make a vodka tonic. Ask God to take this heat off your
But
back.
then she apologized, but then she went on Stage Still show and said she regretted apologizing and actually said, fuck you.
Absolutely. And see, to me, I would say this. Everybody wants to know my feeling. I want to know what was your reaction to 1 minute you apologize, and the next minute you're not. 1 minute you for us, and the next minute you're not. 1 minute you making little comments about somebody in leadership, but you're not. Or people are coming out with their information that they've witnessed. So wait a minute, Sheryl might not be the villain. Or see, what happens is when you get power, even power on the level that we got it, now you become a threat. Right? But we don't want to wield our power where you can't work. We need you to survive. So when people look back and go, Sheryl, do you regret it? No. Who would have thought Sheryl Underwood from Def Comedy Jam, BET Comedy View would be on the #1 network, the Red State, the Square Business Network that do all the police procedurals, would be on a talk show? That's why sometimes you got to know to play your position, right? And I think what I did that day was to represent Black women who are going through this each and every day.
So you ain't think about putting on a silk scarf, going on an Instagram Live, and just airing everybody out on the talk?
Like somebody else up here.
Well, listen. Okay, go. You go.
No, I ain't.
No.
It ain't even.
No, come on. Come on, because we here together. We here together. Talk to me. I think that you did what you felt was right for you in the voice and the platform that you felt was right for you, right? But if you learn anything from me, they want you to be heated. They want you to get mad. They want you to attack your ally, right? But why can't I pull you to the side and go, can I say this? Can I say, hey, bitch? Okay, hey, bitch, what the fuck's going on? You in this, right? What you trying to do? How can we help each other? But for me, I just want to live a better life. I just want the opportunities. I'm already walking in with my fist balled up because I'm a Black female comedian and everybody want to say this is not fair. Of course it's not fair. You should be doing theaters alone. You should be doing stadiums alone. You should be doing movies. All of us, Tiffany Haddish, Monique, all of us should be working together and doing movies together. But the industry don't see the Black woman as valuable yet. Am I right?
Yeah,
That's right. But you shouldn't have to walk into a building with your fist palm, right? We should all be walking with our fist palm to make sure that we protect you.
But my fist is balled up because of an alleged slight. And that's the same thing in relationships. A broad might bring in everything that the last dude did, but here come pretty Charlamagne, which I was trying to get you back a long time ago when you was a radio sidekick. I was going to get you. I was going to.
She like the rough, ugly Charlamagne.
Thank you, baby.
Drink that. I see you in the bathroom.
I'm confused with your title with Shay Shirt and Charlamagne. They different
I said, well, everything God have made on the buffet of love. You know, guys. Listen, come on, butterscotch. What you doing? You know, all women like butterscotch. Come on, baby DeMars.
Worthers.
That's right. Come on.
That's what she saved your name as in her phone, Worthers.
That's right. That's right. But my fist was balled up because there were things like not being able to get on certain TV shows, being blocked by who you think should be your ally, or
So you had other women blocking you?
Yeah, and I have a strident personality as well. You know, I walk in a boss.
Yeah.
Because when you're a female comic, you are the boss. You are everything. So I walk in, sure, can you do? No, I cannot. Read this right here. Just like when I did, what was the movie that Lisa Ray, Jamie Foxx, Players Club?
Yeah.
Okay, so they called me because in my past I was doing a little sexual interpretive dance on the side.
They want you to be the stripper, Sheryl?
No, the part that Adele took. You know, I'm too short to be diving. That wouldn't have been a good movie at all. Y'all would have walked out on the bootleg.
What was your stripper name, Sheryl? Huh? What was your stripper name?
I didn't have no stripper name. This is what it was. You know, I'm from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
You know Sheryl stripping.
Right. Right. There it is. But, you know, I grew up in Chicago, so I was going to UIC. They had an ad in the paper where you was going. It was
a minute ago.
lingerie.
That's right.
Ad in the paper. And that's right.
Damn.
And it was lingerie modeling.
Okay.
It was lingerie modeling, and it was where you come out with the lingerie. It was in a tavern, Family Den. It was in a tavern on Stony Island, and you come out with the lingerie on.
Yeah, but I know it's old.
Yeah, for real. It's a tavern in there, right? And I'm not not a great hill walker, so I came out and everything. I got it on. But
Damn, you had everything against you.
Everything was against me. Everything.
was in the
And God
saloon.
let you know what you. That's right. With the gun smoke. Listen, Festus, James Arnett. Listen to me. You better come up, Rifleman, Chuck Connor,
Right.
before Roots when we start hating him. Man, listen.
Damn.
So I'm in the thing trying to get the money, right? Because I'm trying to go to college, right?
Oh,
So I
man.
come out, but God lets you know what you ain't supposed to do, right? So I come out, and I know I'm not good at this. But them other girls, they doing it. They stripping because they buy the lingerie, and then you're supposed to strip it off, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not good. I'm garbage at this, right?
Yeah.
So I start telling jokes and acting crazy and falling out the
wow.
On
chute.
stage?
No, you have to walk around the tavern
In the
and
tavern.
do the
Okay,
buy
okay,
it. The do
okay.
the buy it. So them hood dudes, you know, hood dudes like, you crazy, you crazy. You
Yeah.
need to go home. You need to go home. You're not good at this, right?
Damn.
So they start paying me for that. And that's how they were like, listen, you funny and you smart. And then that's when I started to have an affinity for the street dude. And I talk for the street dude. I hang out with the street dudes, you know, and street dudes have backed me up in life. So like you say, I didn't have to fight for myself because the street dude was always willing to step up.
Yeah.
What's my point to this? I like doing nightclub comedy because my voice is relaxed, but I like to sprinkle a little politics, a little spirituality, but it's 95% sexuality. Got Kyle Urban, Mike Washington on the show so we can have some fellas on the show.
Yeah.
Do I want to grow to doing casinos and theaters? I
Yeah.
want to put shows together. It's a house party inside a comedy club. I would love for us to
Yeah.
work together. You
Yeah,
know,
same.
I'm the host and the headliner, but we've got to find a way to make our own content with these fellas.
I agree.
And we have the platform to do it.
Yeah, and trust me, yo, it is not that hard because we ain't sitting around waiting for nobody to
That's
do
right.
it no more. That's the best thing about today's times. Like I've been saying, you know how like back then, you know, you had the Harlem Nights, right? But
Yes.
I feel like it could be something like that now. Not even with just
I got the script.
us. Okay.
I got the script. When I went through what I went through, hearing what I heard on the call. Remember I talked about the certain members of the Queens of Comedy dialing in
Yeah.
on the call.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to thank them. People criticize me. Why would you say that on CBS? Because you didn't hear the part where I said thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
for letting me see what I needed to work on in me. Right? So I wrote a story, wrote about 3 to 5 pages. I had a script commission. And I said, I want to do this with all of us. Everything I produce through my company has comics in it because nobody's putting us to work.
Yeah.
We have to hope that somebody fall out of a job to
Yeah.
get a job. And I want to be able to make a movie in 6 weeks. Let's do it like they did in the 70s.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
make these movies. Let's put them out there. Let's use the platform to promote and let's pay our mortgages. Let's feed our families. Let's get our retirement together while we buy property, while we change people's lives and put kids through school. And if you don't want to go to school, let's give you a trade. Let's put you in music. Let's get you in art. Let's do everything that was done for us.
Yeah.
But we fund it. If you are wearing $250,000 around your neck, but you have not given any money to a HBCU,
That's right.
don't come to me when you in trouble.
That's right.
Because once they get ready to use what they watched you do, because they'll watch you do something and they'll let you keep doing it where you think you golden until they need you to be dismissed.
That's
There you
right.
go. There you go. So for me, and I'm gonna get off my soapbox because I'm trying to sell these tickets. I want to produce content.
Yeah.
I'm not an actor. And people say, well, you did Beauty Shop. That was a blessing. That was a blessing of something that I could do. And Sherry Shepherd helped me understand making a movie. And Queen Latifah allowed me to ad-lib
Yeah.
all of that monkey bread.
Yep.
She allowed me to ad-lib. None of that was in the script. But what do I want to do now? I want to make content. I want to be the person to go, okay, Jess, I love your idea, but you didn't even read it all. I don't have to read it all. I know you're talented. I'm going to give you a shot. Your dream does not die for my dream to live. Walk down to Business Affairs. There's a white dude down there. He's going to put some paperwork on you, and let's get to work.
That's right.
We get to work Monday.
Because
That's
I'm
what I
already
want.
selling out casinos and theaters and all
Yes.
that. Only thing left for me is the stadiums, and so let's produce this content so I
Absolutely.
can get there to do that.
Absolutely.
So we can do that.
Absolutely. We need to be doing reality shows.
Yeah.
Why are we not doing reality shows with female comedians in it? And I love the fact that some female comedians, I don't mess with Sheryl Underwood. Well, first of all, I ain't did nothing to you because I'm going to tell you what your show did. There was about to be some lawsuits flying. And
Really?
people came on your show, on the Breakfast Club, and told the truth about it. The truth is the ultimate defense.
What was
What
it?
happened?
What did they say?
oh, you better go back and look at your footage because I ain't trying to bring that.
It's always a Breakfast Club interview that got something
You better
going
go
on.
back and look at your footage. When
Was
somebody
this
said,
when I was here? Was this
no, you wasn't here.
pre-Jess? So this was
pre-Jess.
Okay,
This was
all right,
way
this was- all right.
back in the
Well,
day.
now I want to hear it.
What was
Because
it
if
you
I was
said?
here,
Look it
I
up.
don't
You
bring it
don't
up.
mess with me. And my thing is, I don't care if you don't mess with me. I'm gonna walk up to you in love because one day I gotta face the master, and I want him to say, "Servant, well done." Why? Because somebody said they didn't mess with you. I'm not gonna be no sucker. I'm not gonna be no gump. I'm you know what I'm saying? But I will walk up to you. How you doing? You know, why don't we work together? You know, or why don't we do something? Or I got an idea. I've been in auditions where I didn't know you wasn't supposed to do this. I've been in auditions where they were like, well, sure, read these sides. Well, first of all, before I read anything, I'm really not good for this part. But you know who is good for this part? My enemy. Is
Oh,
perfect
wow.
for this
Yeah,
part.
never
I would
heard of
name the
nobody
person.
doing that.
I would name the person and I would go get that person. Or I'll give up a phone number. You don't really want me to do this, y'all. Here, call this person right now. Don't tell them it's me because they're going to turn it down. Go get this person and get this money. Not because I'm trying to be noble, because I just feel like I'm trying to right every wrong that I've done spiritually. And if you don't mess with me, let's sit down and squash it. Or let's get paid to squash it.
Yeah.
On a good reality show. Am I right, Jay?
You saying a lot of good
the
stuff.
Zeus.
What?
What? You saying a lot of good stuff, but I Googled Sheryl Underwood wearing lingerie and ain't nothing come up.
Because back then,
Because that was they didn't have cell phones, the internet. They didn't have that.
Oh,
We barely
okay,
had
okay.
Polaroids.
She just said she just started her. She made her
I just
debut in
thought
the
something would be
saloon.
up. I thought something would be
Nah,
up.
I
see something with you in some underwear.
I got one in a leotard. I was
looking
sexy
at it.
back then. Is it the leopard leotard?
No, this is you
Oh,
in some
I'll
underwear.
send you the leopard leotard. And then I had some, I did some AIDS, anti-AIDS posters. Matter of fact, I took those
want
that
that
did
one,
that
though.
photo shoot. Oh, no. They were sexy. They were sexy.
What is that?
Because
What
I
is
was
the
trying to push
anti-AIDS
condoms.
poster?
Yeah.
Because I was trying to push condoms.
push condoms.
I was trying to push
Yeah.
condoms in a sexy way because my act is super sexual. You know
Yes,
me.
yes,
I got one good move. Now, if you trying to make church on time, don't stop me.
I don't like the anti because I think you're a beautiful woman, Sheryl. Anti-AIDS
absolutely.
poster. I'm thinking like.
Oh no, it was sexy.
You put somebody on there that makes you
No,
not
it was
want to have
sexy.
sex.
I'll send you the
Safe
pictures.
sex. It was
I'll
safe
send you-
sex.
We trying to
Yeah.
put safe sex. And matter of fact, my father was alive, and my father was like, "So this what you trying to do?" He called me his son because I'm his firstborn. He said, "This what you trying to do?" And no, my father old school like a mug. My father old school like a mug. You know,
He said,
I'm
"No,
Pontiac.
Yachty."
Yeah,
Yachty.
that's right. I'm tell you like listen. And my dad would say, you know what? Don't let nobody tell you you're not pretty. Why? Because you look just like your dad. And I was like, well, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You know. And really who I'm doing on stage is my father and my oldest brother.
Wow.
Oh, my father,
yeah.
funny. Oh, my father say wild stuff. Like, I don't know. Can I say the word? You gonna beep them out? Are y'all?
Yes.
y'all beep
I
them
heard
out?
what Gail King just said. You
Okay,
can
what
say
Gail?
anything.
Okay, give
Play
me
what
the.
Gail King said. Already did it. Damn.
Okay. Listen, I love the fact that Gail done turned into a goon.
Yes.
I love.
She's 70. She ain't got no care in
She
the
don't
world.
care who checking
Yeah,
her.
but listen, we want to be making that Gail King money.
I know, yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
I don't know if I want to go in space. You know, I'm
Nah,
cool. You know,
Nah, she bored. She
Yeah.
got too much money.
Right. That's
I'm
when.
not
But
doing
would you
that.
do it if they said?
No, I wouldn't go in space. I think
going?
space is for space and Earth is for Earth. I'm good.
Yeah,
I think I'd be good.
yeah.
Play Gail King?
Yeah, because I don't do nothing. I'm doing the Tom Joyner Fantastic Voyage Cruise. Me and my doctor trying to go on there.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm doing
nice.
that. Well, I'm doing that because we're going to talk about relationships and everything. And my doctor's going to come on, and I want people to ask questions. I would love for somebody to do segments where we really talk about healthcare. We really talk about the new things that are out there.
ma'am.
Because everybody eating healthy and walking is not going to do it if you've been tearing up your body for years.
years, yeah.
You need medical care, and we need to be making these pharmaceutical companies make it more reasonable for us. But yeah, I'm going on there. But I love what the foundation is doing for HBCUs because I have my own foundation, Pack Rat Foundation for Education, and I have a sports initiative for young boys. So I'm going back through my Rolodex of everybody I was kicking it with and go, well, now that you married, give me some money for my foundation. you know what I'm talking about.
But we just found this.
What you
and
found?
it says, Samoa says Sheryl Underwood has ulterior motives. I don't rock with her like that. I'm not phony.
I saw that.
That's what you tell me.
Now, but she did admit that there was a phone call. She admitted that there was a phone call.
I remember Adele said she wanted. Didn't Adele say she wanted to sue y'all for something?
Okay, now I want
That was said
y'all
on
see put
CBS?
two and two together. You ain't gonna get 5. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, and I wasn't mad about that because you can go viral for a negative thing or a positive thing, right? And so when it was coming out and everybody, I'ma sue. Truth is the ultimate defense. I didn't, and I said based on my recollection, I'm not against you. I would love for me and Samora and Adele and Monique and Jess and all of us and Tiffany, all of us to work together and make a movie. I would love for us to make a soap
You
opera.
know
I would
how
love.
bad that stomachs to be hurting if they have a movie with all us in it like that.
Yeah, we fighting. We doing
That's
everything. The script I got, oh, we fighting. We doing everything, making love, everything. We
Yeah.
doing what the dudes do in their movies.
Yeah.
But if we can get the financing, that's the key. Because people think they're going to lose money. Why? A woman will pay to see a male comic with her man. Sometimes men don't want to come because they think it's going to be an hour and a half of bashing, right?
Yeah.
We're going to tap you a little bit, but my show is created for the male audience where the females will learn because I'm sitting with your dude.
I thought we would have saw more of that after Girls Trip. Girls Trip did over $100 million.
Right.
You know?
But why do you think it didn't happen?
I really don't know. Well, I really don't know. I thought that would make sense for people to start doing more of that just because of what
That
Girls
they
Trip did.
duplicate. And I would say as a business person, sometimes I'm not saying take less money because you think you less than, but I'm saying sometimes your cost, and I look at it like this, so I want people to call in, criticize me, just like when I was on Club Shay Shay and people criticize me for things. You got a right to say what you feel as long as you stay listening. Time spent listening, that's what I need you to do. But here's the catch. If you're not making any money, so then you get a shot or a job offer, and then you ask for your catch-up money. You trying to catch up to all the money you didn't make. Then you close the door on them hiring us because your price is too high. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be a cost-effective, not cost-prohibitive. When I go for a job now, people say, well, do you think you're going to make the same money you was making at CBS? Absolutely not. I got blessed. Somebody saw me on CBS, and I think they saw me on The View doing political humor, right? Then I got a call. Nowhere do you hear somebody gets a phone call, avoids the phone call. Steve Harvey goes, bitch, call him back, because me and Steve chop it up like that. We've been friends for years, right? So I call back, I go to a meeting, and in 72 hours you have a job that you keep from season 2 to season 15. That's God. And that's also being ready for the opportunity.
Yeah.
And then I can show that if I can do it, Jess can do it. If I can do it, Tiffany can do it. If I can do it, Monique should be able to be on the show. Lonnie Love.
Yeah.
Where's Lonnie Love with all of that experience,
Yeah.
right? Sherry Shepherd. We got to help Sherry keep that show on the air. Jennifer Hudson. Everybody. Because the industry is not like it used to be. And that's partially the dismantling of urban radio. Why? Music ain't the same, right? So now they're saying, well, I'm not going to make a video. You got to do it yourself. Okay, I'll do it myself, but how do I make a certain amount of money? Now everybody wants to talk about streaming and the finances of streaming, but then you think somebody gets this. What I'm saying is we need to go back to what we used to do. Learn the business, work with them while we create our own. Because they're going to come and buy you from you. When you come, open the briefcase like Hawaii 5-0 and give me my money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we can do this. And you all are part of helping us do this because we have to be able to promote. I want people to buy tickets to the club. I want younger people to come in, but I'm really an old school act.
Yeah, what about us? Everybody always forgets about the 40-somethings and the 50-somethings.
Absolutely.
And the 60-somethings.
But once you get to a well-placed oral sex joke, a young dude be, okay, old ladies, what they call auntie.
Well,
Okay,
the OG
auntie.
still getting head.
And I'm still throwing it. And I'm still throwing it. Y'all.
And she's performing this week in New Brunswick.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I want-
the Stress Factory.
Yes, you're going to be at the Stress Factory. But
Make sure you go
What
get your
we
tickets.
missed? What we missed,
play
Charlamagne? Because it
the
ain't
clip.
like I can't come back.
Just want you to
It's
hear
Gail
it.
King on CBS now.
What in the faggotry are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. Listen, and I love when Gail, she got that cool corporate voice, but something gully come out of her mouth.
Yeah.
That's the kind of gal that I want to slap and go, let me see what's in yo. That ain't iced tea. That's that's
Because then she came back with, what does that mean?
Right.
When
like
she
you don't
knows
know.
what it
You a
means.
journalist. You know exactly. You done said that
Stop
3-4
playing.
times.
Stop
Gail.
playing.
You done said that while you patting your head. Stop playing.
You know.
Stop playing. Gail like this, man. She knew what she was saying.
Hold on, man. You know, I was thinking Gail knew. You might not know what the effatry mean, but you know what the dicatry mean, because I
That's
ain't know
right.
if Gail was, you know.
Well, listen, I don't believe that. Let me tell you
What
something.
is going on?
Let me
I
tell
mean,
you
that's a
what.
good point just bring up because they've been saying Gail part of that community for so long, her
You
and
know?
Oprah, that she should be able to use that word.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, everybody, they try to say, first of all, there is something to be said about once you make a lot of money and you get famous, then everybody's talking about that's what you are, because you don't see what I'm doing. Look, I creep on the low. You know, I go through 3 hotels at one time. Listen, meet me in the lobby of this one. We're going to get in the cab. We're going to go down to this one.
That's
but
right.
we're not going to stay. We're going to go out the back. Then I want you to go around the corner. Now, you got to drive another car. I don't want everybody knowing my business.
Yeah.
So people were trying to say
It's
I
worth
was.
all that, Cheryl?
But they were saying that I was.
No, but is it worth all that,
Whoa,
though?
who
When
you
you
talking
talking
to?
to?
You better tell him it is.
It's all right. I mean, I tell the truth now. Before you, Cheryl, let me take you out to dinner. First, I tell you, it's garbage. Below the waist, garbage. I ain't got to move. Above the neck, fire. You'll be late for work. You'll be late for work.
Okay.
You're late for work.
Okay.
You'll be mad. You'll be mad.
Okay.
You'll be like, what day is it? and my kidney is gone. And my tooth, my wisdom. You took my wisdom tooth out.
Damn, Cheryl.
I put you down. I put you down. I make you call me. And I don't need a full face of makeup. I know when I did a good job, when they don't care whether I got a wig or makeup on it, I just need to see you. I bet you do. I bet you do. I know what I'm doing. But fair exchange ain't no robbery now. I tell you the truth. You want this? It's not good. You have to find somebody good. I'm at the top. I'm not at the not about. And see, I would hang out with Gail because she said she looking for somebody. But she's gonna have a hard time.
Why you say
Why?
Successful women are gonna have a hard time because some men think we don't need you. I need you. I need you. You can work at the gas station, and I need you. Why? Because I know I'm gonna get honey buns, I'm gonna get barbecue chips, and a full tank of gas.
I was ready
and
to
then,
say
and then
that
I'm gonna
gas.
motivate you to buy the gas station you work in, and then I'm gonna motivate you to buy more gas stations.
That's right.
If that's what you want to do. Now, if you cool working at the gas station, I'll make sure your shirt is fresh and ironed. Nate, because your real name is Nathaniel. I'm gonna make sure, but I always say Nate on the shirt. I'll make sure your shirt is ready. Give me some sugar. Now go work at the gas station. I'm gonna scoop around, get me a tank of gas. I need that 91 octane, baby.
There you go.
And I'll see you later.
And see, and niggas and people be wondering why these young niggas be liking these older women. Listen what she just said.
Brandon been over there blushing the whole time she been talking.
Hey,
What you
that
trying to
was
do? What you trying to do?
What you trying to do?
What you trying to do with them waves? Wait a minute. Who on your
African.
show? No. Oh boy. What's his
that?
name? What's his name? He's in all the commercials now. Big dude.
Druski?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
you
everybody
like
was
Druski?
blowing my phone. Druski trying to hit. I was like, where he at?
Oh, yeah.
He did say that.
He did
I
say
was like,
Cheryl
where he at? I was
Underwood.
where he
Y'all
at?
know Sheryl, what's her name? Sheryl, she dark skinned lady.
Cheryl Underwood?
Sheryl Underwood. She got that thing.
Actually,
Cheryl Underwood? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he said he wanted to
She said,
holler.
"What's up with Cheryl Underwood?"
So
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
was
yeah.
calling me going, Juicy said he want to hit. I said, bet. Well, call him. Tell him what's up.
You ain't DM him?
I'm in this city. No, I don't know how to do all that.
Man, so who the hell be DMing me from your page all the damn time?
wow.
Oh, that be me.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
But
On
you looked
Instagram.
at, wait a minute. Let me tell you what happened. Remember I said, is this still you?
Yes.
I'm secretive.
Is this still you? She wanted to make sure, like,
Yeah. I'm not sending nothing. Charlamagne, I need to come on your show. Listen, damn Charlamagne.
You can tell Cheryl, she acts like you got a different number or something. She asked you with the
Is this still you? This still work?
Like you sold
This
your
still
page.
work? Yes.
I'm gonna connect you and Druski.
Okay, but listen, no, y'all need to. What y'all need to do? We need to meet up somewhere. Y'all need to film it. See, it's not just documented
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything. Then I need to get that kiss goodnight because I like the kiss. I don't really like to do nothing now. You know me and Flav. He escorted me to the BET Comedy
You
Awards.
You did it, Flavor Flav?
Yeah, he
Flavor
escorted
Flav?
me, and he was like. You know, he thought he was just doing it, you know, being dashing and everything.
Yeah.
But then when I did my set, the one that LL Cool J performed on way back in the day, when I had my little makeup, my outside makeup, and one of the Wayans brothers had me in the corner, he was rapping to the beat. And I said, you know this is Sheryl Underwood, right? And he was like, Sheryl. I was like, yeah, man, you still trying to holler? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, usually I don't look, you know, but I got the best. Dale McDonald, best glam man. 3 Emmys to my 1. So anyway... I was trying to get myself together, and I be texting people, and I don't know if people really like me, right? You got to figure out, do you really like me? Because I'm not gonna throw it out there if you don't like me. And if you like me, then let's go out. Now, if you want to film it, film it. So me and Flav get together. I do my set. Then he's like, well, come to the after party. I said, no, I'm going home, go to bed. He said, no, come to the after party. We have to go to this dude was getting drinks, everything. He was chivalrous, everything. So I was like, okay, it's time for me to go. You know, I said, good night. And he was like, good night. And so he moved in for the movie. And I said, all right, you buying them drinks. Bought a lot of drinks. And I'm still standing. Okay. And we kissed good night. And I was like, well, damn.
We said favorite trade exchange. What you say?
Fair exchange ain't a robbery.
Fair exchange ain't a robbery.
It ain't no robbery. You trying to holler at me? But he was dashing. For me, you get me on dashing, handsome, a man. Right? I like a baby DeBarge, but people think, why would you mess with Flav? Right? He was dashing, he was handsome, and I felt it was an appropriate goodnight kiss. It don't mean we gonna be together, because you may not like me. You might just had a feeling. You know what I'm saying? And if you got the feeling, what you want to do after this?
There you go. Druski, don't you get scared.
Yeah.
I'm putting the pressure on. Don't get scared.
But we going to have to come back here, and y'all going to have to let the cameraman follow us, you know, because we hit the Red Lobster in Times Square and tear them apart. Ain't going to be no more crab legs.
You better do something other than Red Lobster.
No, we're trying to help the brother. We're trying to help the brother. I want to make the Red Lobster. If you go to my Instagram page, I've been going to Red Lobsters with people all over the country with dudes. If you want to date me and I'm in the city and there's a Red Lobster, I'd like to go on Thursday night because I need to get some sleep, do the promotion on Friday. But I want to go into the Red Lobster because we got to bring that back as the popping spot. Yeah. We got to help this brother. Right. We got to talk to the brother over at Lowe's. We got the brother that's running Lowe's. We need to talk to you. If you are on the list, we need to talk to you.
Sheryl not wrong. If you get anything from this conversation today, that's what we got to do. Bring community, community back.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so when I'm coming back,
Whenever you want to.
Listen, I ain't trying to take a position.
Oh, girl.
I just try to get in because I need another job.
Try to do that.
Well, no, I don't get down like that. I don't get down. And you don't train your replacement. I got jokes about that too. Somebody walk up to you, teach me how to run a copy machine. That's a copy machine. I thought that was a vending machine. I ain't never seen it. You want me to do what?
Mix and mingle tour dates.
Tickets.
Stress Factory in New Brunswick this Friday.
Get your tickets.
And go to
that's it. That's me and Flav.
Okay.
And look at that. That's a makeover.
You look good, girl.
Yeah, that's a makeover right there.
It look like Shannon Sharp would be y'all son.
That's
what, listen to me.
No.
And I was trying to get him. Because two chocolate people usually don't get together.
Yeah,
but he had his skin was the same color.
I will say here, no, you don't look like Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty look like you.
Yes. Well, you know what? I would love to meet him and chop it up and everything.
Absolutely.
But let's see what we're gonna do because I need another check. I need to make some money.
And
I'll come to New York
once
a month.
Yeah.
I come once a month.
Come on.
Okay, I come once a month. And we need to talk politics too.
Let's do it.
It's the Breakfast Club.
It's the Breakfast Club. That's right.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.